This is a short video showing how to put a Prism cooler on a X570 motherboard. It's the TUF Gaming one from ASUS. So this is the stock cooler, the AMD Prism cooler. Well, I'm just gonna lift this one up here so you can see it. So yeah, you get this cooler included in the box when you buy a Ryzen CPU that's not OEM. There's a manual on how to do it, but I'm just going to show you real quick because I need to do it anyways. So I'm going to show you real quick how to assemble this fan onto the motherboard itself. So as you noticed, this is a Prism Wraith fan which has RGB as well. That's why besides the 4-pin PWM pin connector to the motherboard, there's a RGB connected to the motherboard which comes in here. There are two slots here, one for which has a little USB connector which allows you to connect the fan to the motherboard and change the settings on the lighting, and this one as well. There's a high and low fan speed little switch here, and obviously this is the power switch that we discussed. Now the fan itself has a very simple attachment procedure. The motherboard, as it gets delivered with these two plastic little holders here, or ears, or whatever grips that get installed to it. So what you've got to do is there's on those grips, for those grips, there's like two metallic like hinges things that come off the cooler itself, which need to be aligned with these two ears here. It doesn't matter which direction you put it, you can put it like this or like that. There is a difference in the hinges. One of them has like a little arm here that moves, which is used to secure the CPU cooler itself. So before I put a fan on any motherboard, what I look for is where is my pin connector to the motherboard for the power, and in this case for the RGB. So my CPU fan connector on the motherboard is right here, so the closest route for the cable would be from here to here. So therefore the way I'm going to connect this fan is like this. So with this little extension metal thing here connecting here, and the other guy with the little arm that rotates on the other side. So before I do the thermal pasting, before I apply the thermal pasting to the CPU, what I do is I quickly just do a test to see how this would look like and to see how to attach the metallic arms from the CPU cooler on the motherboard. So this is the position. It kind of looks okay, right? And now that I know how it's going to look like and I've got an idea how to fit it on, what I'm going to do is just apply some thermal paste to the CPU itself and apply the fan. Right, let's do that. I've got some leftover thermal grizzly paste. I don't know how much it's in there. I'm going to try to apply it on the CPU itself. Let's go as much as I can. I'll try to do an X. And some dots here just to make sure that there's enough paste for the whole surface. I think I just ran out of thermal paste, so that is good. Now the thing that I don't like about the stock cooler, and I normally don't use it, but just for the purpose of this build and to show how to fit one, I'm just gonna fit this one, is the fact that this cooler on the surface that makes contact with the CPU itself, it's not even or clear. It's got striations. Don't know if you can see it in the camera because of the light. So these are like little ditches here. It's not a perfectly even surface, so the contact it will make with the CPU, it's not the best, but because it's copper, it's gonna be quite a good thermal conductor. But I would have preferred if it's like an even surface. The fans that I do recommend, the air ones are Noctua. So if you're building a PC and you want a good fan, I would recommend you to buy a Noctua one. They're a bit more expensive, but they're very durable, and the quality is great. Now, obviously, this one being made like this is way cheaper to be produced. So now, without further ado, let's fix the cooler on top. So we've got a preferred way of doing it. I've got the cable set up. Now you want to do it proper in the first attempt because you don't want to wiggle the cooler too much once you put the thermal paste on. In my case, I've applied it. Let me just connect the second on. That's it. I've got both connections on. All you gotta do is that little black lever on my right hand side. You just gotta bring it forward, and that's it. The fan is locked in place. So that's what we're gonna do. That's it. The fan is locked in place. It's strongly applied. You can lift it with the motherboard. It's really easy, straightforward. All you gotta do now is connect the power and the RGB. Obviously, put the rest of the bits on the motherboard, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.